Better than Custard?
Custard.
Custard, yes.
Like General Custard.
I hope we all are.
Because he's dead.
Yes.
So we're all doing...
For like a while now.
We're all doing better than him.
Okay. How about Custard, though? Where do you stand on the Custard line?
If it's frozen custard, yeah.
Okay.
Like Freddy's frozen custard.
All right.
I mean, I don't know if I could be better than that.
So with the end of the Marvel Netflix, how does it feel to be
it was a little sad. You know, I came up in Daredevil. I was, I think, first person Drew Goddard hired to help figure out season 1, and so it's sad that weird corporate decisions kind of force creative ones. But the thing is, Daredevil and Punisher and all these guys, they're not going to go away. That's the beauty of kind of comic books, right? You get to put your toys away and then bring them out later on. So it's a little sad, but we're happy to kind of pick up the slack for a little bit and hopefully keep the grid up for the Netflix fans.
Joe, is there room for costumes in season 2? Or is it just not part of the story you want to tell?
There is always rooms for costumes. My rule is I want to make sure our guys can interact in the real world like we do and have real life experiences. I think you're going to have a very good season 2.
Okay.
But I like costumes that evolve too. I like it better when the costume evolves and has a background to it than it's showing up in the second episode for no reason.
Speaking of the real world, it seems that we're kind of getting into systemic issues pretty early on. Can you speak a little bit about how, even though Cloak Dagger are trying to be heroes, they're confronting an issue that is not, just easily punched out?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's part of. I remember growing up reading Cloak and Dagger, and they tried to, it was back at the war on drugs, which had its own problems, but they were kind of the heroes of the people who were lost, and I thought that was really interesting. So when we started talking about this season, we had talked a little about human trafficking and how everyone knows the term, but not everyone knows how widespread it is, that there are hundreds of thousands of men and women being trafficked for work and for sex. And we thought, given Tandy and Tyrone, how they're marginalized at times, how they could be the heroes for some of these forgotten people, and it kind of jived in with the stories we were telling, not only with Mayhem, but with some other characters that are coming around the bend.
It's also not really a problem you can solve by punching.
Right, but that's the thing, and I think it's a problem you can solve by a kind of shining light where it doesn't exist. Right. I mean, we do this one episode where we're in a motel, and it's the idea when we were scouting for it, it's I want it to be one of those places you drive by all the time and you wonder who stays in there, and the answer is you kind of don't want to know, but we all have a very good idea, and I think it's we all turn a blind eye, and hopefully Tandy and Tyrone can help make that easier not to.
I think you kind of addressed it, but how you respond to the people that don't like that it's just being an important show?
I haven't met one yet, so, but if there is anybody, don't worry, we're gonna blow shit up and throw some light daggers and teleport all over the place. And I think first and foremost, it's about our characters. So I think this is kind of a world they're stepping into. But if they like Tandy and Tyrone, they're going to like them even more after this.
What about giving Tandy and Tyrone a battle cry?
A battle cry? Do you have any suggestions?
Yes.
Oh, wow. I'm so surprised. Is it about Custard?
No.
Okay.
Darkness and light, together we strike.
Not fight? Fight rhymes a little better. Two on the nose.
I like the other one.
Okay. All the fights that happen whenever I choreograph them, we never have time to say 9 words, but we can try it at some point.
Okay. You don't have.
Do you guys have any suggestions for battle cries?
You don't have to do that.
Can I turn this around?
I heard them do that once, so I thought it sounded cool. It's kind of like Avengers Assemble or something.
It is kind of cool.
So it seems in kind of the early part of season 2 that we're sort of still not doing the romance, it's still a friendship thing. But that also seems refreshing. I wonder if you could talk about not sort of jumping directly into the romance.
It's so funny. I'm a little bit guarded because when I was reading the comics, all I wanted was for Tandy and Tyrone to get together. And then years into reading it, I realized that maybe I just wanted to want Tandy and Tyrone to get together. I think you get to do this once, and I think the best love story is about falling in love with your best friend. And so I want to make sure they're best friends first. And I think we're leading towards an interesting place that I don't want to spoil by continuing this sentence.
Okay.
You guys good?
I think we're good.
Yep. You guys have one last question? You good to go? No? Okay.
What's the last question? What's your question? You've been quiet.
I have one, Joe. What did
You have to ask a question.
I'm putting you on
Or
the
at least
spot.
come up with a bad catchphrase.
I have one for you, Joe. Like, is there any major takeaway you want the audience to take for season 2?
Season 2, yeah. Season 2 is about what kind of heroes are we going to be. So I think they got their call to action in season 1. And season 2 is we're going to be vigilantes. And what kind of vigilantes do we want to be? And that gets complicated and illuminated when someone starts killing people.
The ones that wear capes.
Not a lot of people wear capes on our show. Sorry.
That's okay.
Thank you all.
Just
There are
wanted to throw
plenty
it.
of shows with capes and battle cries.
Just wanted to throw it out there.